Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of BC Renovation Magazine. So today we're going to talk about replacing the heat tape in your mobile home. And heat tape is something that most mobile homes have, and the purpose of the heat tape is to keep your main water line from freezing up when the weather gets cold. So what we have here is actually today beside replacing the heat tape, we also replaced the whole main water line right from the park valve right into the mobile home. The reason we did that is because all of the stuff that you see here is about 30 years old, almost 30 years old, and it's just time for it to be replaced. This home has actually had two heat tape replacements that we can tell, and we'll just take a look at some of the old stuff here. So you can see here the old stuff. The old water main here is a 3/4 inch. This is that old poly B pipe, the gray one. This is really hard to get insurance with, starting to get almost impossible to get insurance with it. And so we've replaced it all with 3/4 inch PEX and eliminated that problem. And so what a heat tape is basically it's an electrical wire. And this is it here. This is the old original one from when they set this home up almost 30 years ago. And what it does is it just follows along the pipe like this. You can see how it comes along the pipe. And there's a thermostat on it, and when the weather gets cold, the thermostat will trigger this thing on, and what happens is this electrical wire, the electrical current will go through here, and it creates heat, and that warms the pipe and warms the water and prevents it from freezing. This device here is a pressure reducing valve, and it also has a backflow preventer built into it. So previously this one was underneath the mobile home, not a great place for it. You can see how they've wrapped the heat tape around it here to try and keep it from freezing. They also had this stuff here all on top of it, and this is just the foam insulation, so it was all kind of like this underneath there. Not great. We will be moving this. We'll be putting a new one in. Again, this is a maintenance item. Every once in a while you have to replace these because there's diaphragms and stuff in there that will go on you, and you will lose the pressure reducing properties of it. So what that does is, generally speaking, on the city side, pressure is too much for the trailer, and if you don't do something to reduce it, you can have problems with your toilets and your faucets and things. It can actually like blow them out. Not really blow them out, but it can harm them. It shortens the life. So all this is all old stuff. It all came out. And the heat tape that we like to use is this one is called the Easy Heat. We use these on all of our replacements. We really like these. They come in various lengths. They start at 4 to 5 feet, 3 feet actually, and you can get them up to I don't know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 feet. The one we're using today is a 60 foot, so we're replacing 60 feet of water line. So we'll take you over here and show you what we did today. So this is where the water main comes into the mobile home here underneath. And this pipe goes down, and it goes to this, in this particular case, it goes to the front of the mobile home. So there you can see there's a section of white pipe there. The white pipe, we still haven't put the foam insulation on it there. I wanted to show you what that looks like before we put the insulation on. But back here, the foam insulation is all on it, and it's ready to go. So this goes up into the mobile home through this metal chaseway here, which is just basically a 6-inch pipe. And on the other side, up on the floor, we have a new main water shutoff, and the heat tape goes up in there as well. And this orange module that you see here is the thermostat. And so from there, there's a cord that goes up and then plugs into an outlet that will be in the closet where the hot water tank is. Most older mobile homes don't have a GFI protected outlet for their heat tape. It's very important that you have a GFI outlet for your heat tape, and that's because of fire. One of the problems that are with heat tapes is that they can short, they can overheat, and there's been a lot of fires caused by heat tapes that have gone bad and shorted out and then start on fire. So if you have a GFI protected outlet, it protects you from that. So there's lots of different ways to install heat tapes. Different people will tell you different things. I'm just showing you what works for us here. And what we do is we leave that thermostat module exposed like that. And so that section of the pipe doesn't have any foam on it. And we find that really works well for our climate, where we are. In our area, we don't get a lot of cold weather. We don't get a lot of frost. For the most part, just this foam insulation on this pipe will give us protection from freezing. The heat tape will come on, whenever it really calls for it, but not much. So that's a thermostat. As that thing warms up and cools off, it'll turn the heat tape on and off. So when you're not heating, you're not consuming any electricity. So in our case, our water main here is 60 feet long, and so this is the new pipe here that we've installed, is this white one. So this is PEX now. So this is the modern, everything's modern about this. And here you can see underneath, we've run the heat tape. You can see it right underneath my thumb there. And so it's secured to the pipe. It lays flat along the pipe, and it's secured every 6-8 inches or so. And then we run this insulation on top of that to help to keep it warm, and it increases the efficiency of the heat tape, the energy efficiency. And this is the insulation. It's just a pipe insulation. You just slip it over, and then we just tape it on. So that new water line, that new main, that's it there with the yellow strip on it. So you can see it goes all the way down right to the front of the mobile home there, and you can see where it sort of curves up and then down into the pipe. And then from there it goes to the street shutoff, the city street shutoff. So this is just another one of the things that we're doing to prepare for getting our skirting on. It's much easier to do this now while it's all open instead of trying to do it afterwards when the skirting's on. Saves a lot of crawling around. So this is not an expensive thing to do. Replacing the PEX white main water line, we do our stuff ourselves, so there's no labor. But the cost of the materials was about $75 for the piping, and the heat tape was about $80. You can buy them on Amazon. And then we spent about another $25 on the pipe insulation and tape. So this is not a big expense. And if you are not sure how old your heat tape is, if you suspect that it's old and you think that it's suspect, much easier to deal with it when the weather is good than to have a pipe freeze and break on you in the middle of January when it's freezing cold, and then you've got to get underneath there and try and do it. So good maintenance thing to do. If your heat tape is 10, 12, 13 years old, it's a good idea to replace it, for as much as it costs. So there, folks, now we have our new main water line into the home, and we've got the new heat tape and insulation installed, and we're just about tied up underneath here to get ready to do our skirting. Skirting's coming pretty quick here. I know it seems like it's taking a long time to get that skirting, but we're getting there. So there again, you can see what's underneath your mobile home. There's the main sewer pipe, that 3-inch black pipe that goes up there. That takes all the sewage away. And then on the far side over there, you can see there's a big thick cord laying on the ground. And what that is, that's the main electrical line. So that comes in at the same place up there where the water comes in, and then it goes all the way along that far side over there to the electrical panel. Well, thanks for watching, folks. We appreciate all of our new subscribers and all the folks who are commenting and all our viewers. We've seen quite a bit of growth in our channel lately, and it doesn't happen without you folks watching and subscribing and liking our videos and sharing. We really appreciate that. So that's it for now. We'll see you next time.